Probably we heard Mos Def say that he doesn't think Drake's music is hip hop enough, exactly, or he's not a fan of it, that his music you can hear while you're shopping and shit like that. Like he's trying to throw little subs at Drake. And it's something that is not new to us. We've heard a lot of other artists throw shots at Drake. Even Gilly at one point. Gilly was saying he wasn't the biggest fan of Drake before. When they were saying Drake or Jay-Z, that whole era. I get it. You might like somebody from your era more. I feel like Kanye's the best, Drake's the best. And I hear kids say like, nah, Yeet is better than both of them. And I'm there like, the disrespect, but you gotta just think generations change. My thing is, do you have to hate? My thing is, do you have to hate? Mos Def not liking Drake is cool, but Mos Def saying Drake's not hip hop, come on, son. Then we see a picture of you going through social media in a skirt, but you hip hop? But you hip hop? Out here looking like you playing a bagpipe and shit, but you hip hop, right? Drake's not, but you hip hop. All right, cool. That's hate, God. Nigga had leggings on and a skirt. And you supposed to be from the old head hip hop too, where stuff like that don't happen. So what's your reasoning to all this? But Mos Def got a message to Drake. He got a message to Drake. For those that haven't heard this, he's like, Drake, reply. Like, I talk to niggas in real. I don't want that social media. Oh, you gonna hear Drake. Lord, you gonna hear reply. You gonna hear reply. 756 in Uganda. You gonna hear Drake reply. I'm telling you. Before we get into this, guys, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. Think Mos Def is hating or is he hating?
Drake, if you would like to speak to me directly, you can at any point. I reached out to Chappelle, asked him to reach out to you. I DM'd you. You are a very talented MC. But for me, I require more of myself and others than just talent or charm or charisma, particularly in times of urgent crisis. And what I would like to see in terms of creators or creative people in the world as it relates to our culture is for people to connect with us beyond the jukebox. There was not an opportunity to try to slander him, to clown on him. I have reached out to him. I have no responses yet, but you know, I'm not keen to talk about people through a screen. I prefer to talk to people directly. But I will say this: the young man is very talented. He's been able to be very successful with that talent, and I have no issue with his success or anything that he's been able to achieve as a result of his talent. I do feel that some of the criticism that he's received in the past has been mean-spirited and unfair.
Alright, so is he hating or is he backpedaling? You guys let me know. I'm hearing a whole lot of nothing. You don't like Drake, just stick to it. We don't gotta hear you backpedaling all this now. Mean-spirited, brother. A lot of the same criticism we heard in the past was a lot similar to what you did. You go on an interview, you're asked about Drake, and you just don't got nothing positive to say. Why? Why don't you have nothing positive to say? I feel like it kills people that he was able to make hip-hop that mainstream. There's a lot of rappers out there that are huge stars, rappers, singers, pop artists, and I'm just not a fan of. I don't like anything about them. Don't ever look into their music, but I'm not gonna go out my way and hate. Now, he was asked about Drake, so if I am asked about an artist I don't like, I'll probably do my best to try to swindle around it, unless I really got smoke for that nigga. So then if I got smoke for him, I won't be making a video like this a couple days later, moonwalking back my statements. I reached out to Chappelle. Nah, you don't need to reach out to nobody. I heard your message. I heard. I'm gonna respond to you when I got time or when I feel like the time is correct.
So I don't want to participate in that. And if I was perceived to be harsh or mocking or taunting, that's not my intention. And Drake, if you're watching or if you come across this, that's not my intention, brother. I've never had no issue with you personally. I don't know you well enough to even have any sort of issue with you in that regard. Nonetheless, it's not sacrilegious to have a critique or an opinion of a public figure, particularly one of that magnitude in current modern culture. It was a question that I was asked, and I answered it as earnestly and as diplomatically as I possibly could. Forgive my Brooklyn.
Yeah, me and my cousin almost packed out a nigga for saying some similar shit like this. Nah, I'm just loud and disrespectful because I'm from New York. Like, it's just crazy to me, my nigga. Nah, we ain't gonna disrespect you. Nah, we ain't gonna forgive your Brooklyn. You spoke your heart. I'm not gonna lie, like I said earlier, he was asked a question. It's not like he jumped out of nowhere to go speak against Drake. That's one thing we could say about him. That's one thing we could say on his side. But my whole shit about all this is now you're looking for Drake to respond to your video, respond to your calls, or reach out to make sure he's not mad. Trust me, he gonna respond to you, but we gonna hear Drake respond to you on the next PM somewhere or AM somewhere. Time zone track, rather said. Man, you guys let me know down below. Do you guys think Drake should just run to his phone right now and go make a video replying back, yo, I'm not mad, I understand everything? Like, now we saw Drake already putting up screenshots with texts and shit regarding Mos Def. Like, he's tight. You know, Drake's not one dude to ever take slide to this or let it. Well, no, I missed that one. Someone who said, what about me? He knows every single time. Drake has got his ears to the streets, man. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below how you guys feel about all this.